Hi everyone, this is a tutorial to help you to one, access your hot seat report, to navigate it as well as to create and submit the report. Now initially I was going to create a static document for you to do your hot seat report. I was able, however, to interface with a much more interactive approach to the hot seat assignment. And I think this is going to be really helpful to you to get a bigger and better picture of the scenario that you're going to be analyzing and really help you to create a better and richer report. So let's first see how we're actually going to access these hot seat assignments. The first thing that you do is that you go to Blackboard. And the hot seat reports are going to be found in your modules. So instead of them being in assignments, I've moved them actually into the module folders. So if you click on module 1, you'll see at the bottom here, there is the hot seat report 1. Hot seat report 1. And what hot seat report 1 is, you're going to be obviously your first hot seat assignment. Now this assignment is going to be due next Thursday, which is, I believe, September the 12th, next Thursday. And it will be available on the Monday before the deadline date. So every Monday before the deadline date for a hot seat report, the hot seat report link will be available to you under these modules. So the first thing you do is you click this. Once you access it, you click it. This will take you to a web link. Now notice here the name of the hot seat assignment. It's Cultural Differences, Let's Break a Deal. That's going to be very important because as you see, when we click this link, it is going to take you to, let me lower this down. It's going to take you to a number of hot seat assignments. Now, the one that you're responsible for in hot seat assignment 1 is Cultural Differences, Let's Break a Deal. In fact, every time you click the hot seat report link in Blackboard, it's going to take you to this page. Now, you're going to only be responsible for the specific hot seat report that is indicated on Blackboard. So here we have cultural differences. Let's break it. That's very important when you are choosing which hot seat report to attempt. So let's then click on cultural differences. Let's break a deal. And you will see that there are some links on the top, a menu, if you will, for this specific hot seat assignment. The first link is called Profiles, and what it does, it gives you a quick snapshot, some background information on the key actors or players that you're going to be seeing in this specific scenario. So we have Michael Sokolow. Going down, we have Norio Tukunaka, Vice President of Merchandise. It tells you a little bit about them. And as you can see, it's very interactive because it gives you a little bit of information about what you should do and helps you, in fact, maneuver it. The references are also very important because they tell you or give you a little bit of an indication of what type of information will be useful to you, what kind of theory will be useful to you as you analyze this particular scenario. So you have the cultural values, you have Hofstadter's, Johari window. We didn't talk too much about this in class, but it's available in your text, and the Johari window definition. And you can actually print these things as well. Once you're finished with this, you can click the next link, and it will take you to the scenario. The scenario is the actual event, if you will, that you will be primarily analyzing. It's the meeting. It says Michael Sokolow has taken over a handful of prospective clients, so on. Once you click go here, it's actually going to take you to the video of this meeting. And you're going to have the opportunity to rewind it, to pause it, to file it. Because as you do your analysis, you might want to go back and say, okay, what was said there? What was the action? What was the discussion about? You might not be able to remember all, after just seeing in one sitting, I should say. So this kind of gives you the ability to go back and review it whenever you would like to. Then you have your afterthoughts, which are kind of after the event, what's happened. And then the assessment. Compare your responses to Michael's actions and statements. You have to watch the meeting and listen to the afterthought. So before you're able to do this, you have to go through the first two. Now, the assessment is really not where you're creating your report. That comes a little bit later. But this is also, you can compare your responses as you go along to the action, the statements of Michael. The next link is the dossier link, and this kind of gives you some background information that would be useful again in helping you really contextualize the scenario. It says who said what to whom. Click on the items on the left to find out how the manager and employees have been interacting in the weeks preceding. So it kind of gives you a little bit of background that will help you to really fully understand the context of this meeting. And then the most important link, if you will, for this assignment is the creating the report link. Here is where you actually write a report. It says here, grading the manager on his or her management skills, the techniques, and the overall performance. You kind of have to assess how well they did in terms of their management of the situation. Now, obviously, you're going to use the theory information from your book to assess what they did well, in your opinion, what they didn't do well, and most importantly, what you would have done differently, meaning giving them concrete instructions of how to actually improve the performance. This is what your report is about. Now, you have three options. Once you have written your report here, you have three options available to you. You can save it. Now, it actually saves, I believe, as a text file. Saves as a text file, so you can download it to your computer and save it. This might be very useful to you because you have some kind of proof that you actually did the assignment if something were to happen, example with email or anything technological. You have some kind of proof, if you will. But if something were to happen to your computer, you might lose that file. So what you might also want to do is print it if you want to. This is just being a little bit more safe, or safer, I should say. And then the one that you're really going to use for my benefit is the email. So once you've written the text, I want you to then email it to me, and the email address that you will use is the same email address I've asked you to use for your quizzes. That's rpeters1zula@yahoo.com. So you can save it for your own benefit. You can print it to be safer or to be more secure. But for grading purposes, for my benefit, you need to email it to me at rpeters1zula@yahoo.com. And so once you've created the report, you email it, and it will go directly to my email. Obviously, put from whoever it's from, and in the subject, you might also want to include your name so that I can verify, I can easily attest that you've done it. So that's what you want to do. Go through all the links. Look at the scenario, look at the different elements, read the dossiers, look at the references, read the profiles, then create your report, save it or print it for your own benefit, but for my benefit, for grading purposes, you need to email it to me at rpeters1zula@yahoo.com. Now, I just want to lastly go back to Blackboard and show you something. This first hot seat report only had the link to the assignment. But in the three other hot seat reports that will be done in this class, you will see something interesting. So we'll go to hot seat report 2. Not only will you have a link to the assignment, and of course this assignment is diversity in hiring candidate conundrum. That's going to be important when you get to the management hot seat profiles. But you also have some PowerPoints available to you. And as I said, this will be available in management hot seat report 2, hot seat report 3, and hot seat report 4. And these PowerPoints are really going to be helpful in framing your analysis. It's going to give you some really pertinent information. I might ask you some questions that will help you again to frame that analysis, to create a better, richer, more comprehensive type of report. So use the PowerPoints as you require them as you do the analysis. So hot seat report 2, 3, and 4 have them. Hot seat report does not, but you still have those references in the manager hot seat actual assignment. So I hope this was helpful to you in accessing, in navigating, and obviously creating and submitting your hot seat reports. And that first one is going to be due next Thursday.